to get cozy. Today I have a very exciting video. I'm going to be giving you a Delfonics pouch tour. So I personally love these videos. I'm a nosy person and I like to see what is on the other people's bags, whether it's their purse or their Delfonics pouch or whatever bag they're using for their stationery organization. And I just feel like it gives me a good sense of products people actually use. I think that it's really fun to have people pull things out of their bag and talk about how they use their products. It gives me different ideas and it helps me to have more of like an unfiltered sense of products that are being used and loved on the regular. Now, disclaimer here, as you can see, my pouch is not a super aesthetically pleasing bag. I have it personalized and it shows my personality in that way, but this is not going to be one of those bags, obviously, that has like 20 different mild liners and, neutral colors. And that's just not my vibe. I don't adhere to a certain aesthetic. I really care about functionality. And I also just feel like sometimes when things are like super aesthetic and curated, you lose authenticity. And I am wanting to give you my bag tour with authenticity because if your stationery bag doesn't look like the traditional, beautiful, gorgeous, society labeled norms of aesthetic, that's okay. I do find that sometimes I see those videos and I feel bad that my bag isn't prettier, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to function and you need to like it. And that's all that really matters. So, without further ado, let's get into this bag. I'm going to show you basically what I have in here, how I have it decorated, and then I'll give you my thoughts on this bag at the end. So this is a navy blue canvas Delfonics utility pouch in the size medium, and it has 14 different pockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through just how I have it decorated, and then I'll go through what's in each of the pockets on the outside. Then we'll talk about the inside, and then I will go through a little bit on my thoughts on the bag in general. Okay, so first things first, I do have a few pens on here. This one is a Falafels drive-in pen, and yeah, basically the story behind this pen is there are some vintage, old school, big signs in my community that a lot of people really like. They've been here for a really long time, and there's a lot of effort to keep them maintained. And my bookstore was basically selling a bunch of these pens for a bunch of different signs in my community that are very old. And I believe proceeds from those pens go to maintaining those signs. And Falafel's Drive-In is one of our favorite restaurants. So I saw this in the bookstore. I just had to get it. So that's the story behind the sign. If you know, you know. Okay, so these pens, basically, they kind of represent where I've lived recently. So I recently moved to California, and I found this pen at the Ferry Building in San Francisco, where there's like a lot of like local small businesses that have products. And I just saw this pen. I thought it was so cute and had to have it, especially after moving to California recently. These are pens to represent my time in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for several years before moving to California. Very underrated city. I love that city. I miss it so much. But these were also from local businesses in Atlanta. There's a market called Pont City Market, and they have a lot of small businesses selling their products there as well. So that's where I got both of these pens in that market, and I really miss Atlanta. So these just make me so happy. Okay. Next, I have a beaten up Totoro keychain. He's very fuzzy. He collects a lot of lint, and he's just a very cute little companion. So he just kind of hangs off my pouch on the side right there. Oh gosh. And then these are my Harry Potter pens and patch. So I'm a big Harry Potter nerd. I've reread the books many, many times, and we went to Universal Studios last year, so it was a very, very exciting trip for me. And I am a Ravenclaw, so I got a Ravenclaw pen while I was there, and then we had a lot of butterbeer. So there was a patch and pen butterbeer set, and I knew exactly what I was going to do with them. I was going to stick them on my Delphonics pouch, and I just really like how this looks. My pouch is pretty thick right now, but I really liked that this patch was just adhesive and this part of the pouch is really flat. So I stuck it on there and I love how it looks. So yeah, and I don't have anything on this side. So that is all the personalization I've done. Again, I didn't really go for aesthetics. They're just things that really speak to me and my personality, the things that I like. So yeah. Okay, so next let's go through the outside pockets. Okay, so these first two pockets are big. They're not as flat, so you can really put a lot of little things in here. And the first thing I have is a pack of 5 gum. I've been chewing this gum for like 15 years, and I have one in every single one of my bags. And I do find that I like to chew gum while I journal, and who doesn't like fresh breath? So yeah, okay. Nothing else is in this pocket. Next, I have one of my favorite lip balms. It feels more like a lip gloss than a lip balm. This is the Naturium Phytoglow Lip Balm in the shade Latte. It does feel very hydrating. It doesn't look weird when it's like wearing off my lips because the color is like the color of my lips. And yeah, I don't want dry lips while I'm journaling. I have a lip balm also in every one of my bags, and I love that one. Okay, next, what else do I have in here? I have 2 more things. Very small set of sticky notes. In my Hobonichi week, sometimes I need to remind myself something in the future. I'll write it on here and stick it in there. It works really well because it's really small. And then I also have a foam eraser. Okay, so over here, I have a couple of highlighters, a pencil, and some pens. Now, these are things that I tend to change out quite a bit. These things live in here permanently, but you know, I have a bunch of different highlighters, so I don't always use these, but these are the ones that I was using Saturday. Basically, with everything that's in here, I switch it out quite a bit. And Saturday, I did a lot of journaling, so this is all the things that I had packed for that day. Today is Monday when I'm filming this, so this is, like I said, I'm trying to be very authentic with this tour. Anyway, so these are just 2 highlighters that I had with me. This one is like a light neutrally brown color. It's a Stadler highlighter. I like it because it has like a chisel tip, so I can draw a line if I hold it like this, that's pretty thin, or if I need to highlight a section, I can lay it flatter and highlight a larger section. So yeah, really like this one. And then this is a light gray mild liner. It's double-sided, so it has like that chisel tip in light gray. Oh, that's not chiseled. That's a pointed tip. I misspoke. I think I misspoke for the other one as well. Oh well. And then this is a chiseled tip side. I like these a lot for demarcating sections in my weeks and then also in my journal. Sometimes I write a margin. Sometimes I'm just demarcating different sections. So I don't use the same colors every single time, but I like to use lighter colors like this just because it's easy on the eyes. I also have the best mechanical pencil on the market, in my opinion. This is the Kokuyo mechanical pencil. It takes 0.7 milliliter lead. And I love this pencil because I feel like it's just engineered really well. The grip section gets a little wider towards the bottom so your hand doesn't slip down, and the gripper section is just really comfortable to hold. And I write pretty hard when I use a mechanical pencil, and it has this like metal wrap around the lead to kind of reinforce it to keep it from breaking. The clip is really good, but my favorite part is the eraser. You can roll it up and you have a lot of eraser. So I really love that about this. I do always keep like a foam eraser block in my bag too, but I really appreciate that this just has so much eraser potential because I feel like that's usually when I stop using mechanical pencils, when the eraser is too stubby. Like on this pen here, this eraser is so puny. Like, how can you even use this? So I don't know. I love this pencil. This is really great. I will link this down below. Okay, next I have my Pilot Kakuno. If you watched my video last week trying the Oroshizuku Seangyo fountain pen, ink in all of my fountain pens, you would have seen that this is the fountain pen that it worked the best in. So that's what I currently have it inked up with. I love that this pen, I can just throw it anywhere and not feel super precious about it getting destroyed. It feels very life proof. So I usually just kind of like stick it in here. Not super precious with it, but really, really wonderful pen. And then the last pen I have here is this Tombow double-sided pen. It's really great because it has a black side, which I always use for headers in my journal. And then it also has this light gray side. And they're very fine, but you can use it for like calligraphy, which I'm not really into, but if I want like a thicker line, I just have to press a little harder. And so it makes really nice headings in my journal. This is also a pen that pretty much lives in my Delfonics pouch. Whenever I'm journaling, I have to have this. So yeah, love that pen. There's 2 more pockets in the front. Okay, so this is new to me. Actually, we just bought this yesterday, and my pouch was downstairs on the kitchen table from journaling over the weekend, and we bought this yesterday. When I brought my pouch upstairs, I just kind of like put it in here and brought it up. So this paper, I don't know, it's pronounced Nemosin? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's from the brand Maruman. Maruman? I don't know. We got it from Kinokuniya, but we heard that this was supposed to be very fountain pen friendly. So we wanted to try this paper without committing to a full notebook, and so we just decided to get this little bitty notepad, and I like making small notes, so I knew I would use this and kind of play with it a little bit, but look at how good, focus, look at how good the ink looks. Even like my broad tip doesn't look super broad. That's something we noticed with this paper is it looks like all of our nibs write finer than how they do on other paper, which I appreciate because this is so small. So having really small lines I think is helpful. And what's also really great, there's almost no ghosting at all. So yeah, really great little notebook. Just got it, so these are just kind of first impressions, but yeah, that's in my pouch. I also have this pen sleeve, which has my first fountain pen. This is a vintage Pelikan 140. I love journaling with this because it has an oblique fine nib, which is just really fun for journaling, gives nice shading and line variation. So I have this in there. And then one of my favorite parts about this pouch is it fits my 3 pen sleeve, rickshaw pen sleeve perfectly in this front pocket. And it holds my fountain pens upright when I have it in here like this. Both sides are equal in size, this pocket and this pocket. And yeah, it fits perfectly and it holds my fountain pens upright. I remember one time I took this on an airplane in a tote bag, and I was able to have it upright under the seat in front of me with a couple of fountain pens in it. And you're supposed to keep your fountain pens upright on an airplane. And so I was able to do that really easily, which I loved. And I have 3 pens in here that I like to think about journaling with. I'm not going to go through all of them. If you're curious about my fountain pen collection, I'll link that video down below. But yeah, I love that this fits in here perfectly. It's so satisfying, so handy. Love it. Okay, so that's it for the front. Now, these 2 pockets in the front, they're pretty flat, not a lot of room, so I don't put a lot of things in there. But this pocket is a little bit bigger, and it closes with Velcro. And this is where my ephemera lives, in this felty envelope that attracts a lot of dog hair and lint. I got this for free with like my Kindle case, and I just thought it was nice place to store my stickers. So that's what I've repurposed it with, is my stickers and ephemera. They fit in here perfectly. I don't have a ton of stickers and ephemera, so everything I own fits in here perfectly. And I like how it fits in my Delfonics pouch, so I can just pull out my stickers and use whatever I feel like using. It's all in one place. Okay, so that's everything that's on the outside pockets. Next, let's talk about the inside. Okay, so the way this is structured is There's one big section in the middle that usually kind of sits upright, and the bottom is quite flat. So I have some stuff here floating around, and then I also have 4 pockets on each. So 2 on each side, 2 on the top, and then 2 on the bottom. So I guess we'll go through the pockets first. So in this pocket, I think I just have some washi. I know some people like to get a card and like wrap their washi around the card. I don't have the time or motivation to do that. So I usually just pick some washi and then throw them in my bag. So yeah, I used those for journaling. And then in the top right, I have my earbuds. These are just some really cheap Sony earbuds. I like to use these with my laptop if I'm out and about. And to keep them from getting tangled, I have them in this cord organizer. This is from a small business in Atlanta called Glad and Young. I'll link their website down below, but they basically specialize in this like marbled leather look. It's so pretty. I also have a purse from them that I just want to gush about for a second. I'll throw a picture in here, but it kind of looks like a little fanny pack, but they have basically a build your own bag wall where you go into the store and they have all of the different bags and then different straps, so you can like mix and match the bags and straps. And then you can also get embossings and monogramming and whatever you want to like personalize your bag. They have keychains, they have jewelry, and yeah, they just specialize in this really soft leather, and I love that bag so much. I love this. I also have a sunglasses case from them. Really, really amazing brand from Atlanta. Check them out and give them some love. But these cord organizers, I only have one of these. I would love to get some more because it's just so handy to keep my headphones from getting tangled. So yeah, love that. What else do I have in here?
Give you my bag tour with authenticity.
Okay, should I keep this in the video?
With authenticity.
Okay. For the spirit of authenticity, I will keep this in the video. Okay, so let me explain. This looks very creepy. This is a drink marker that I got from my friend's bachelorette party a few years ago. And she had this pack of drink markers where all of the men looked like all of the bridesmaids' partners, and my husband is blonde. And yeah, I don't know. I kept mine because I thought it was so funny to have him like hanging onto my stuff. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, so he's in there. I forgot he was in there. Anyway, glue stick. You know what this is? Just some purple glue. I use this for journaling. I don't have like a fancy aesthetic neutrally pretty glue stick. This is what the one I have, and it works really well. So I have that. I hope I don't have anything else embarrassing in here. Okay. Oh, let me pull these out. So these are zinc paper for my printer, which also lives in my Delfonics pouch. So I have to have this when I journal. Part of the reason I journal is for memory keeping, and I love putting photos in my notebook. And these are really perfect for that because they're sticky backed photo paper. So you can connect this to your phone through Bluetooth, and they have an app that's really nice where you can edit the photos if you want. If you want to print like 4 photos on one paper, you can, and you can like cut them separately. It's not the best quality photos. Like they tend to be a little bit bluish on the cool tone side, but in the app you can edit them to look more warm tone and they come out looking more neutral. So just a little tip if you have that issue. I don't know what these retail for, but I got mine at TJ Maxx for 40 bucks and I've had it for over 2 years, I think. I love this, and I don't have to buy ink for it. Like that's what makes this like so perfect, and it's really small. Like I think it fits, maybe not that pocket, but it fits in the these other pockets too. So really easy to transport. The battery's okay. I can usually print 5 or 6 prints out of this on one charge. It's not amazing for that, but I'm not usually printing out more than like 2 photos at a time. So really, really wonderful. Definitely recommend a little photo printer if you are somebody who likes to put photos in your journal. So that's that pocket. And then this is the last pocket. So these are just some inks for my stamps. Okay, so these are the Magic chalk ink. Okay, so I previously had another ink pad that I really love the color of, but it didn't work very well into my river paper. So I did some research on Reddit, and somebody recommended these on a Reddit post for To My River paper, specifically in Hobonichi. And I saw this pack of colors on jet pens, and I love the different colors. So I got these. They're really great. They work really well into my river paper. And yeah, the colors I think are really cool. And the lids stay on pretty tight. So I feel like I can just throw them in my bag and I don't worry about the lids popping off. I've never had an issue. And they're pretty small. So really good for on the go. Okay, so that's all the contents in the pockets. I have a lens wipe for glasses or camera lens. Oh, and some stamps to go with the ink. I got these at a thrift store for like $1. I don't know the brand. I don't really think they exist anymore, but I loved the font. I loved how small they were. I use these for journaling all the time. I know there's just like fancier stamps out there that are probably better quality, but I don't know, these work perfectly for my use case. They're small and I like the font. It's not like super elegant cursive, but it's also not too cutesy either. It's a right balance in between. So these are really great. My Delfonics pouch, if I put something in there upright, it tends to stay upright. So I don't have like a lid for this, but I've never had an issue with them falling out. So really love those. And these are the last 2 things in there. So these are the best scissors ever. These are the brand Reme, I think. I'll link them down below. I got these from Jet Pens. And what's really great is they break down into like a pen size. So I can put them here in the front or I can just toss them in the bag. And because they have this cover, they won't like open. And something else that's really cool is like the handles retract. So each side has this slide where the handles pop out for your fingers. And then voila, works like a charm. So I really love these scissors. They cut perfectly. I've never had issues with them being dull or anything like that. And I just feel like the size and the engineering design is just perfect. Perfect. So definitely recommend these if you're on the hunt for some scissors. And then finally, some plaid washi tape. So I liked these specifically because they match my Hobonichi weeks. I have the foggy plaid color. Let me see if I can get her out. Okay. So I have this Hobonichi weeks. This is the foggy plaid color, and I feel like these just match really well. And so I use these in my weeks a lot. I also use these for journaling. I got these on Amazon. I'll try to link them down below, but I like that they come in this little box that I can keep them in. And the colors match a lot of my fountain pen ink. So yeah, I don't know. I really like this washi. I don't know if you can see the brand. There's the information about the brand and everything. But yeah, these are really great. I love them. Okay, so I guess a couple other things to note about the pouch since I took everything out. It does fit my weeks perfectly. Whenever I am only going to be updating my weeks and I don't need my whole journal, sometimes I'll just take this out of my cover and I'll just toss it in there. And it does fit with this envelope in this pocket. So I really appreciate that. Something else that's really cool is because this is so big, you can fit an A5 really easily. And my journal cover is quite long. I purposely made it taller than probably what I needed to. I'll link my journal tour video down below, but this really chunky journal fits perfectly. I can zip it up and everything. And so if I do that, I can't really fit a whole lot else inside of here, but it is nice to know, this does fit a lot, and that is something that I really appreciate this. So really great for that. Something else that I wanted to show you was this. So let me move some stuff back a little bit. This is my husband's Delfonics pouch, and he doesn't use this for stationery supplies. He doesn't really use stationery. He likes fountain pens, he likes journaling, but he's really a pen and paper type of person, not an ephemera sticker washi tape type of person. And yeah, this specific Delfonics pouch, it's a little bit more expensive than this one. I'll link it down below. I think it's like 60 bucks. It's pretty pricey, but it's like got this water resistant type of material or water repellent. And he likes to use this for toiletries actually. He has a bigger toiletry bag for longer trips, but for camping, this is perfect because if you've ever been camping, sometimes when you wake up in the morning, there's a lot of condensation inside the tent and things can get wet. This does keep things dry. It also has a magnetic closure, which I think is nice. And if you see the zipper here, it helps to keep water out. Oh, it's got some toiletries in here. Let's see, it's got some CeraVe, contact solution. But anyway, it's got like 2 mesh pockets and then 2 plasticky pockets on the other side. Very easy to wipe out, this type of material. So I don't know, it just really goes to show the versatility of these types of bags. So this is really great for toiletries for camping if you're into that, or if you want to go to the pool and need something to keep your stuff dry. I think this is also like something you could throw in your pool bag and, like, I don't know, put your Kindle in there or whatever that you want to keep dry. And then for this one, like I mentioned, it's great for traveling. I exchange a lot of my stuff out of here all the time. I really like putting this in my tote bag when I'm going to the library because it's like a bucket bag. I don't have a lot of pockets, and I do have a lot of like small things that I might want to take with me. So this really does help to organize things, and because it has a flat bottom, everything pretty much stays upright, which I really appreciate. And it works as like an on-the-go, like kind of desk organizer, if you will, because I can just have things on the outside and just kind of scan and like pick whatever I need. Now, my kind of thoughts on this bag. It's very functional, very useful. I think I've made that pretty clear. My only issue with this bag is it's very expensive. Same with the waterproof version. It's like, I think I paid $45 for this bag. Sometimes you can get it for a little cheaper, sometimes it might be more expensive, but I just feel like that's very expensive for what this is. There's so many other bags that do the same thing for so much less money. And I think the other thing is with Delphonics, at least in the United States, it does kind of feel like there's a little bit of that scarcity marketing because the colors will go out of stock really quickly and may not be in stock for very long. So whenever you see that it is in stock, it's easy to just like impulsively buy one because of scarcity. And I don't really love that. So it's just less accessible for that reason, in addition to the price. And as you can see here, some of the threading is coming undone, which I just feel like with how expensive this bag was, this should not be happening. I mean, it gets caught like on my scissors or on my pens, and it's like this in on a lot of the pockets, but I mean, you can really see it here. So I just feel like, I haven't had this for that long. I feel like this is a bag that you should be able to use for like 10 years or more. And I've only had it for a couple years and it's already like doing this. So I had to dock some points for that. Is that everything I wanted to say? I think other use cases I've had for this are like organizing chargers or, even like makeup or perfume. If you want to have something for your gym bag, I think this could be useful for that. But mostly I use it for stationery and stationery on the go. I would probably give it like a B plus if I had to, just because it's very expensive and the quality could be better. But let me know your thoughts down below. Do you have a Delfonics pouch? If not, have you thought about getting one? I can tell you that I don't think you have to have one, but if you did get one, I don't think you would regret it, especially if you have, a similar type of hobby as me, where you just want to journal in your kitchen, on your couch, in your bed, and you just want to have something to carry around your journaling supplies. I think it certainly is perfect for that. So let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up or subscribe if you feel so inclined. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.